Right, here we are, and welcome to, we're doing part 4 today of our supported mindset series here this week. Funny, Nikki is saying summer hasn't really arrived in the UK. Funnily enough, I spoke to somebody else in the UK, another friend of mine this morning, and she said exactly that. We've not started summer yet. It's not arrived yet. Whereas technically we're in the middle of summer. Here it's like just super mega hot. I mean, like, yeah, aircon's on all day and things like that. Okay, so welcome to this morning's Morning Mindset. My name's Michelle Dale, coming to you here from a virtual co-working space. I'm the founder of Virtual Miss Friday. Welcome Anna to the room. And thank you for being here with me. So we've been talking about the supported mindset this week, and we're talking about a specific exercise, and I've given you tasks to do every day, and hopefully you've been completing these tasks. I would like to think you have. It would be nice, because I do feel that they can be quite transformational. And today is Wednesday. We're going to go through the final part of this process, shall we call it, to achieve that supported mindset. And it's funny because when I talk about the supported mindset and the support, I'm really talking about training yourself to be your own support, okay? So we put a lot on other people in terms of wanting to feel supported and have support and things like that. And we are our best support system. If we can't support ourselves, I don't know how we can expect anybody else to support us. So it really is about learning how to support yourself through mindset techniques and through retraining your mind too. So we talked about in the first video about who am I, and we talked about like who is that person in that vision of where you want to be. And then we talked about on the second day, like, what are all your beliefs that have got you to where you are now surrounding that goal, particular goal. Then the third day, we talked about what are the opposite of those unsupported beliefs. So again, it's very much like if you are, you know, I'll use the analogy again because we've been talking about this all week. If you want to be a millionaire, and you have the belief that you hate looking at your bank account, or you have the feeling that you hate looking at your bank account, you keep telling yourself, I don't want to look at my bank account because maybe there's not enough money in there or something like that, then basically that is an unsupported mindset. Because if you were a millionaire already and you were supporting that manifestation that you were a millionaire, you would love looking at your bank account because there would always be lots of money in there and you would be able to think about the next thing you want to spend it on. Whereas if you're dreading looking at your bank account, this is an unsupportive activity and you need to flip that. So we talked about how that would look if you took all of your unsupportive beliefs and turned them into supportive beliefs. So I love looking at my bank account. I love spending money. I love having plenty of money. You know, like all of these beliefs, you know, I love paying my bills because there's always plenty of money. I listened to something from Rhonda Byrne one day, and she was saying at the time when she was in a lot of debt, she would get bills in, and as soon as she was able to pay a bill, like she was able to do something, she would always see it like she's making a donation or a contribution rather than paying a bill. And she said that made her feel better about it. So this is really about finding ways that you're going to feel better about your situation. It doesn't matter if they're real right now or if you're planning on them being real in the future. It doesn't matter as long as you talk about them in the present tense right now, because that's what it's all about. So this nicely leads me into part 4 of this process. Once you have rewritten the beliefs, you have to then live those beliefs and constantly affirm those beliefs to yourself. So when, for example, in the millionaire, when you do get a bill come through, rather than dread it, just say, awesome, a bill is here, I can pay that. And go to your bank account. Now, whether you can actually pay it at the time or not is irrelevant at this point, because at this point, we are simply waiting for things to catch up with our new paradigms. We're waiting for everything to catch up with us. So it doesn't matter. You've set the intention, you felt positive about paying that bill. As soon as that money's there, you're going to do it, and you're going to do it in a positive way. And you'll find that gradually, as this process happens, you will start to see that the money is there sooner, or there is more money coming in to be able to cover it. And it just naturally works itself out, you know. We're in a world where everything is about immediate gratification now, and I think we have lost our patience and we've lost our attention spans in a big way because of reels and social media and next day delivery or same day delivery or 1 hour delivery. You know, like everything, we're expecting it to be there, or we don't have the patience to wait for it. So if patience is not a skill that you have right now, you're just going to have to learn to accept that this is something that you're going to have to wait for, basically. But you're not waiting for it, you're actively working towards it. So what you need to do now is really actively work towards and embody and embrace the things that you wrote down yesterday on your rewritten beliefs list. Okay, so let's say, for example, I want to stop eating a certain type of food, but I really love that food. And I keep telling myself I love it, but I know it's not good for me. You know, let's say, for example, you have a diabetic and that person has been told you have to stop eating this or you're going to basically lose a foot or something like that. You're going to die, or, you know, you're going to be on insulin the rest of your life or something like that. That is like being forced into, you can't do it. And funnily enough, the more you force yourself into it like that, oh, I love it, but I can't, you know, the harder it becomes. It just feels much harder and it feels much heavier. Whereas if you simply start reprogramming yourself and start telling yourself a different story, then it starts to become much easier the more you do it. It's like working a muscle. You know, nobody goes to the gym with perfect muscles, or they do it for a day and they've got perfect muscles. They have to go every day, they have to keep working at it. So this is the same thing. So let's say, for example, I can no longer have Coca-Cola, and I have to stop drinking Coca-Cola. I'm not going to sit there and tell myself, oh my God, I love Coca-Cola and I can't have it. I'm going to say, I don't love Coca-Cola. I actually don't like Coca-Cola. I'm going to start telling myself, I don't like it. I don't want it. I can have it, but I don't like it and I don't want it. And it's kind of like the same thing. You start to tell yourself or brainwash yourself all of these new rewritten beliefs. But the nice thing is, all of these rewritten beliefs are totally supporting you. You are creating and manifesting and building your supportive mindset to the point where this will feel like autopilot. And it is really fast. It's fast how it happens. It may feel uncomfortable for the first couple of days, few days, maybe the first week, but then it starts to feel like more normal. You know, you have to create your new normal. And once you do that and you're in that supportive mindset, then everything around you changes. You know, it catches up with your new normal. But you've got to totally believe that that new normal is there already, and it's simply in the process of revealing itself to you, but it's there. So start now. This final part is start to tell yourself these new paradigms, tell yourself these new written beliefs, and you will start to eventually believe them. And this really was something that I was able to do in a really relatively short period of time myself. And it was surprising. We're talking like a week to 2 weeks, and maybe I'm in a state where I've actually sort of tried to experiment and try to go back to the way I was before, and I can't. I've literally like solidified this into my mind right now, and I'd probably say it's been something that I'm doing. I probably started to notice it was really taking hold after the first week to 2 weeks, and it was something I was doing every day. And then at this sort of 2-month point, or the 6-week, 7-week point, I realized I can't go back. Like, I'm not going back. Like, if I wanted to do that thing that I was doing constantly and you know, I knew it was a destructive thing, but I thought to myself, it's something that I enjoy. And I just kept telling myself, no, I don't enjoy it anymore. I literally feel like I wouldn't enjoy it and I don't do it. It's really bizarre. If you're so committed to this and you absolutely on board it 100%, you can shift paradigms like so quickly. I mean, maybe a week to 2 weeks for me was quick because of all the other things were aligning with it. It was something I really, really wanted. It was something I knew really had to happen. It was something I absolutely believed could be possible for me. So it was just a case of implementing it, making a choice, making a decision. This is my new supportive mindset. This is how I am now. And it's really interesting because I think you'll probably be met with maybe some people who've been around you, maybe yourself as well, your own inner chatter going, but that's not you. You know, you don't do that. But you have to absolutely be completely on board with, I do now. You know, this is me now. And you can flip that switch. You can shift that paradigm and you can literally make the choice to start telling yourself right now, this is who I am. It doesn't matter who I was yesterday or a month before or a year before. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is who you choose to be today and the choices that you make today. And if you decide that there are certain choices out there that are more supportive for you for achieving your goals, like the supportive mindset, then just make a choice and start to tell yourself. And that's the process. You're not lying to yourself. You're not cheating yourself. You are simply stepping in to a different paradigm. You are changing your reality. You are making a shift. You are, you know, like to say to yourself, oh, I'm kidding myself, or I'm lying to myself, or this isn't really me, or this. No, you can choose who you want to be. You can choose your reality. You can choose what you decide is true or not for you. You are not a victim of life. You are not a victim of chocolate. You are not a victim of anything, okay? Because you can simply make better choices. And the more you've been affirming to yourself, like, I can't do this, I'm not good at that, I have no willpower, I simply don't know what I'm doing, you know, the more you affirm that to yourself, the more of that you're going to get. So be smart, you know, get yourself out of that right now. Say, right, get that list and say, God, what have I been doing? Like, what do I need to change to create a more supportive mindset, to be more supportive of myself through my mindset? And then all your actions will follow from there. The actions will follow the mindset. So you might say to yourself, oh, I don't like that anymore. And then half an hour later, you might go back to the fridge and eat it. But that doesn't matter. You simply, the next time it happens, you go back and say, I don't like that anymore. And then you try and push yourself a little bit harder to say, okay, well, what can I replace this with? Or what can I do instead? You know, you have to distract your mind. You know, once you're in that place of, I don't want it, I don't need it, I don't like it, I don't do that anymore, you know, and you find yourself keep coming back to it, keep telling yourself that, but distract yourself with something else. Just distract yourself. And the more you distract yourself from it, the longer you'll go not having it or not doing it, and the easier it will become until it's suddenly on autopilot and you literally don't think about it anymore. That's really how it works. And the same thing is if there are things that you need to support yourself that you need to do, that we're talking about things that you need to stop doing, but there are also things that you need to do, and it works in the same way. You know, you start doing it. You say, right, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do this today. And it might feel completely not like you, or it might feel completely not okay, or not right, or, you know, like uncomfortable. But you say, this is who I am now, so I am doing this. You know, you don't need anybody's permission other than yourself. So make sure you always do things that support you, and always ask yourself, is what I'm thinking right now, if I'm feeling uncomfortable, you recognize that. And then I say to myself, what am I doing now that's making me feel uncomfortable? Because I'm clearly not supporting myself. Okay, and what do I need to do now to feel better that's supportive of myself, whether I need to do it, take an action, do something, get out of a thought process, let go of something, change my paradigm about something. It's all about making sure you monitor and you really take action, and it starts with your rewritten beliefs, which we did yesterday. So that's the end of this process and this exercise. You've just got to keep taking that action every single day and asking yourself and monitoring yourself whether you are in and doing things in alignment with your supportive mindset, because when you do things in alignment with your supportive mindset, your goals will manifest much quicker. So now, heading through into our goals and our visions, we are going to start our daily accountability now, which is non-negotiable. This is all part of the process of making the changes in your life that you need to see. So we're going to do accountability now, and I shall see you back here tomorrow. Tomorrow we have our oracle card readings, our 1, 2, and 3s. So come back for that, and we will see what messages you have for you for the week ahead. But in the meantime, let's do accountability. Have a wonderful day ahead, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Take care.
Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before, thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.